But I remember in Bemidji, what I did was I was trying to learn how to program and build this technology application that I thought was my path, and I was so convinced. And so I learned how to program, and I kind of even knew it at the time. I was like, I'm going to develop all these skills. I'm going to use them for like a year, and then I'm never going to use them again. I know this is what's going to happen. So depressing. Of all the things I've learned, I think programming is probably the hardest to do online, especially because for me, I'm a very slow learner in the beginning. I learn every little piece of something, and so it takes me a very long time to get to have any usable abilities, and then I get very good at it because I've learned all this background stuff. But typically for me, it's like a 2-year learning curve, and so the programming thing was just brutal. And I was doing it by myself and trying to figure out all this stuff. And eventually, I started freelancing. That was really brutal because I'm working with these people that have, businesses that I can tell aren't going to work that well based on my business background. And I was teaching myself how to design, and I didn't like any of it. So just trying to, I remember I'd play mind games. Like in programming, you'll write a bunch of code, and then you'll try to run the code to see if it works, and something will break. And you have to spend hours and hours going through, and there might be like a period out of place, or you misspelled just one word. Any little thing that's broken. Again, I'm terrible at this super fine grain of detail, and that is all of programming. So I remember I would go read like, how do people enjoy this? And it's called, the thing there is called debugging. And so I would read these guys that like debugging. They're like, oh, it's like a mystery. It's like I'm a detective. And so I'd try to play these games in my head to like somehow survive.